For each talk move, we highly recommend explicit teaching of the talk moves to your students and then really focusing on using the talk move for a period of time. For the clarified talk move, show your students the icon and explain that the gesture is using two hands to form a complete triangle to symbolize how the student or teacher can reiterate a peer's response more clearly. Along with the gesture, teach students some sentence starters they can use. We'll share examples next. Always pair the talk move with its gesture to facilitate learning and to align with the universal design of learning. Pairing of the verbal sentence starters with nonverbal hand signals means that the learning of talk moves is being shared and represented through different modalities. The nonverbal hand signal will provide a visual representation of the talk moves in your classroom and give students different ways of participating. You can also see when students are participating with their talk moves. Teach students that the clarified talk move has two parts. One, repeating the idea, and then two, checking in with the original student to see if you repeated them correctly. Students as well as educators might not be used to the second part. Use questions and prompts like, "So are you saying?" or "Let me see if I can understand," and then repeat some or all of what the student said. Then ask the original student to verify whether you are revoicing correctly. The sentence starters for students are similar to the teachers. Another student can try to revoice what their peers said. Always remind students to go back to the original peer to confirm if they said it correctly. Use your talk moves map as a quick reference guide or flowchart to help you determine when to use each talk move. Typically, you would use clarify after you pose a question and the student gives a response that you don't fully understand. You can use the clarify talk move to encourage students to clarify and make their contribution clear. You might also find yourself using the clarified talk move after you use the say more move. That is, the student said more after being prompted, but their language remains complex and unclear. Then you would use the clarified talk move. In this example, the teacher clarifies the math equation that the student shared. He returned to the original student who confirmed that he heard her math equation correctly. Sometimes the verification can be as simple as nodding in agreement.
What's the math? What's the expression with numbers that you put? What did you put? How did your group decide? No, just numbers, not words, just numbers. 12 take away 5, and then 7 on this side? Okay.
In this example, the teacher uses the clarify talk move to clarify that she heard the student say that the items are not valuable. The student confirms the teacher's interpretation and says more to make sure what she is saying is clearer. The teacher then uses the say more talk move to invite the student to elaborate on what she means by not so valuable.
Maybe they aren't so valuable.
Oh, maybe the items are valuable.
Yeah, maybe she doesn't want them anymore. We can sell them.
Okay. Could you tell us more about that?
It's like, if you don't want them, you sell them, right?
Okay.